So for this third one, it's just this curvy shelf unit, and it's made entirely with our extruded product builder. So it's just these 2D lines. So this is just regular AutoCAD, 2D lines. You can adjust those to whatever you need to with those. They're just regular AutoCAD. And then we have a construction path for that. And so I've just created a shape that's going to fit on top of a 4x8 sheet. It could be anything, but and just for this one, we'll go ahead and create this. So in order to do those, we'll use the solid modeling tools, and we'll go to our solid modeling tool palette. We can push that over to the side. We're going to use just add here, or you can go extruded tools. So we'll just say add, and this time we'll just use a extruded product starter, and we'll say curvy shelf. Whatever you want to call it. So then it's asking to select a construction path, so we can just select on that construction path. Once we have a construction path, it creates this tree, and so we can say add. And then if we just select around our window around the 2D lines for that extruded product builder, that gives us our product there. Now, a couple of things. The way that the shelves are set up right here, it's what I want is to be able to kind of slot this thing together, and so the ends have to come in. So that's why I've drawn these little circles, is if we go to a view here and go to a top view, I just want to be able to grab these and move them in. So if we go to our extruded tools, there's tools all over here to be able to modify, add vertical entities, horizontal extruded entities, that sort of thing. So in this case, we're just going to use this move vertical entity along path. I'm going to select on the last or the starting stud here, the vertical entity, and then if I shift and right click, we can say intersection, and I just want to move it in by a few inches there. So I just had a 3-inch circle drawn on the end, and then same thing over here. I can, I could select this and move it anywhere. So if I just wanted to use nearest or something, I could do that, but I'm just going to say at the intersection to move it exactly to that point. And that's our product there. It's pretty simple. And so from there, if we want to make that product into G-code, we can just select on our curvy shelf and say save it. When we do that, we've got some options as to how we want to save it. So we can just save it to the project without drawing it. We can save it and draw it in the current drawing, or we can save it and process to the work order. So if we just want to create G-code, and we can just straight away go and process work order and say OK. And it's automatically going to process that out and open up our work order screen. We can, same thing, select all, apply to the part selection, and we'll go ahead and say process. And that's going to do the true shape nesting on there. So if we open up our nest drawing, open the drawing, we've got our true shaped nest for those parts. If you did want to adjust anything on the nest, move parts around, or add machining or anything like that, you can use the nest editing and machining tools from the sidebar here. Select on that, it'll open up the nest editing tools. If you scroll down to the bottom, there's some options for like move parts. You can also just use the AutoCAD to do that and move those around. And then you can also go and add vertical drilling and whatever other routing and other machining that you'd like. So if you said here, we'll make these 0.5, we want to drill a series of holes in the part there, then we could go and specify where those are going to be, so we can say where we want to place those or draw those parts. So if you wanted to say, I just want to draw them on screen here, you can say draw and pick a series of holes. And so as long as you have your ortho turned on, we could say from that point there to that point there at the equivalent of 32 mil spacing, and go ahead and push those, move those to wherever you want them to be. And then if you wanted to update G-code, you go back to your nest tools here and you could update G-code from drawing. Select on which work order you're going to update, and select on which sheets you want to update. And that's going to recreate new G-code for those.